Yeah, and I think that's why I think they're holding back Grogu and Mando being together on screen for Mando season 3. I think to do that in Book of Boba Fett, then it's like this show is. Because it has to ultimately be about Boba Fett.
All right, pal.
But then the episode ends with Mando saying to Fennec shows up and is like, "Sup, boy?"
She's like, "You want a job?"
Boba Fett wants some help, and he's like, "It's on the house." But then Mando says, "I gotta go see someone." We'll just jump into this question. Like, do we think we're seeing him off planet with like a Grogu next episode?
I actually don't, and I think Christian disagrees with me on this.
He disagrees with you on a lot of things,
but
it's true.
Fundamentally,
I think having like the full Mando episode was obviously really cool and really good. But if you do too much of that,
we disagree on that part, by the way, too. Anyway, keep going. Sorry.
I mean, it was good. It was an entertaining episode in terms of
what we got.
But it's not. It's obviously, but
it's bad for the show.
Bad for the show, and if
very
you
bad.
continue to do that,
then
it becomes what the fuck are we actually doing?
Then don't
here?
make a show called Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, and I think that's why I think they're holding back Grogu and Mando being together on screen for Mando season 3. I think to do that in Book of Boba Fett, then it's like this show is. Because it has to ultimately be about Boba Fett,
right? But then, if you don't think you're gonna see Grogu and Grogu and Mando together anytime soon, how is Mando going to be the muscle and help around with?
He has a really fast starship and can get there and back in an episode, so he won't be in the next episode, but he'll be in the finale.
Maybe, and then
maybe
Mandalorian season 3 picks up with him meeting.
Yeah, they might do something.
They'll keep that off screen.
Yeah.
The other way to get around it is that we assume when he says I have to go see someone, he means Grogu. What if he means somebody else? What if it's an Ahsoka? I don't know if he knows Han Solo. But or like a Cobb Vanth, or I don't know. I don't know why he would visit them.
You know what?
But
meeting an Ahsoka makes more sense than meeting Grogu, because Grogu is training God knows where with Luke.
Yeah.
And Ahsoka is probably going to be able to find them easier than him finding them, right?
Well, I guess the question is we don't know how public the new Jedi Order and their
armor also says it too, right?
That's true.
Where she says Jedi
Major quest.
Jedi don't form attachments. That's part of their way,
which is the opposite,
right? So Luke would not publicly tell or Luke would not let the Mando know where Grogu is, because Luke, through his training, wouldn't want Grogu to have attachment to the Mando. Yeah. So I think Arjuna is correct in the sense that we won't see them together, but I do think we will see like an Ahsoka, because an Ahsoka makes sense in terms of connecting and being able to give whatever.
I don't think we'll see whoever he's seeking out.
This is an off-screen thing?
Yeah, I think it's just a reason to explain, okay, Mando's going to disappear for an episode. It also probably, like you said, gives a little bit more to like the season premiere of Mandalorian. Like this episode really the only thing it serves for Book of Boba Fett is getting Din to Tatooine so he can be recruited into Boba's army. But obviously it does a lot of service for Mandalorian season 3 in terms of showing where Din is emotionally and physically in his journey, getting a new ship, kind of having a reset.
Getting kicked out of the Mandalorian.
It's almost if you look at it in a lot of ways, it's almost like a reset of the pilot of Mandalorian season 1. I mean, even the opening scene and the dialogue.
Oh, it's super similar.
I could bring you in, I could bring you in hot, I could bring you in cold, and he brings him in cold, obviously, this time. And brutal. Let's talk about the brutality of Din here, where he just straight up stabs a guy, and then for good measure cuts him in half, and then for third good measure chops his head off.
Well, at that point you only need the head.
Well, no, hold on a second. He cut him in half to finish the job.
Yeah, he'd already killed him though.
No, the guy was still moving.
Yeah,
he was still moving.
I got the
he lifted him, threw him on the table, and then cut him in half
to end him.
He didn't have to cut him in half, though.
Yes, he did.
I mean, what about his family?
What family?
He could have had family.
But he's a bounty hunter.
Cut them in
No,
half
I understand
too.
that.
Sounds like some filet
Filet fish.
But I mean, this is clearly a more brutal Din than what we saw in season 2 of Mandalorian, because Grogu's no longer around to necessarily like watch him.
I wouldn't say this is a more brutal. I would say
I think
this
so.
is. I think it's Mando being Mando. He's being like a more brutal. Like, to me, being more brutal, especially when you're like on screen, more brutal would be when he saw the rest of the like butchers. He wouldn't have said anything. He would just start shooting or taking his sword out, whatever. In this, he was the same in the sense that he was trying to be diplomatic and trying to find a peaceful solution,
and then it just wasn't there.
Yeah,
They didn't offer him one. I took that more as like he was in a lot of physical pain, so he had to get that fight over with
because he stabbed
because
himself.
he stabbed himself, and I missed that too. I thought he got shot.
Yeah.
but apparently no, he stabbed
Yeah,
himself.
No,
with
yeah,
the
when he
dark
has the hilt, like he chops a piece
because
of-
it's heavier.
he fillets some skin.
sword. He filleted himself. Yeah.
God, I would love a fillet of fish right now. Grogu, Luke Skywalker, Boba Fett,
Have a teapot.
Ahsoka Tano,
Damn.
Jesus.
Mandalorian
Din.
are gonna, Din, Djarin are all gonna be in a scene together.
Do you take it one step further?
Oh, and Fennec will be there too. of
Did
course.
they all film at the same time? Were they all physically in the room filming together?
I mean, I won't know until after the.
You
episode.
have to bold. You got to be bold right now. Did they all film together or not?
And hold on a second. Hold on. And it will all take place on Tatooine.
Oh no.
And Luke will like comment on the fact that it's on fucking Tatooine.
Well, Black Chrysanthemum be there.
No.
What?
No.
He's part of the army.
He's just also another character that's just there for the sake of being there. But yeah, that's my bold, insane prediction.